So Jasmine has this picture, right? And the picture, she has to fit it in the wall. So the space that she's fitting it in between the wall and a window. So she painted the room, now she wants to hang a picture. The distance from the wall to the window is actually 54 inches. And the picture is 16.5 inches. And she wants it in the center, so she knows that this distance, do we know what this distance is? No. So what do we do with stuff we don't know? We assign it a variable. We're going to call this distance x. And if it's centered, the distance here will also be x, right? If I hang this in the middle of the room, the distance from the wall to the picture should be the same as the distance from the picture to the window. So now we need to figure out what x is, because she wants to center this picture on this wall. So then this total length from here to here is actually x plus 16.5 plus x, or 2 times x plus 16.5. Now, in order to solve that, I need an equation, which means I need to find something that's equal to that. What is equal to this length? What can I put at the other side of this equal sign? Well, didn't we say at the beginning that from here to here it's 54 inches? So can I say 54 inches? All right. So now to solve this equation, this is a two-step equation. I'm going to do two calculations. This 2 by the x, this is always last. Whenever we do a linear equation, dividing by the coefficient of x is always last. So I'm going to move the 16.5 first. What am I doing mathematically with the 16.5? Well, that's what we're supposed to do, but I want you to think, the way that you came up with it, in other words, he said we're going to subtract, or he said negative 16.5. In other words, we're going to subtract 16.5 from both sides. But he knew that because right here we're adding. So we're going to do the opposite. By the way, I hope everybody's writing this down. I'm going to be checking to make sure that you are. And the opposite means that we have to know that we're adding 16.5, therefore we would subtract 16.5, and whatever we do on one side of the equal sign, we have to do on the other. So then that gives us, this cancels, right? 16.5 minus 16.5 is 0. 0 plus 2x is just 2x. And then I have to say 54 minus 16.5, which 37.5. Now I need to get the 2 away from the x. I think to myself in my head, 2 times x. I need to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. Whatever I do on one side, I do to the other. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times x is just x. 37.5 divided by 2 is 18.75. All right, so I got an answer, but what does that mean? What does x equals 18.75 do for Jasmine when it comes to hanging her picture? Yeah, go ahead.
There's more to that.
Well, you're right. He said that's the distance, but what I was looking for is like that's the distance she has to move from the wall. So in other words, if she moves this 18.75 inches from the wall here, then it will be 18.75 inches away from the window, which puts the picture smack dab in the middle of the window, or I mean of the wall. Does that make sense? Between the wall and the window? Okay. Good.